is the best value bat on this slate?
So the best values are probably coming from teams like the Braves, Astros. Even at 5,100, I agree. Like Alvarez is still a value there. Yankees are underpriced. But I think my favorite value team to play is the Orioles because Ranger Suarez is likely to be well above 50% in most tournaments. In some of the smaller field stuff, he could be 70 or 80% owned just because that price is so ridiculous. And the Orioles are actually in a decent spot. Like Suarez is probably decent, but not a great pitcher. It is a good park. And if Suarez is bad, it's going to mean that some Orioles are good. So Austin Hayes, 3,200. Anthony Santander, same price. Trey Mancini's pretty cheap if he cracks the lineup. I like all of them. And I think with the way that the slate sets up, you have outfielders in Houston are going to be the chalk, and then outfielders on the Yankees, same thing. And no one's playing Orioles outfielders because they're going to be playing the pitcher on the other side of the game. So I think they are value plays, but most of the value comes from the leverage against the opposing pitcher.
Okay, Eric, you agree there? And then who's your value bat?
Well, I said I was going with Ranger Suarez, so I'm probably not playing those Orioles bats, but I do see it as the potential situation, especially given that park, as something you could do to go against the grain there. So I think that logic does make sense. My top value play is Eddie Rosario, down at 2,500. A bit of recency bias here in that he just hit for the cycle against the Giants on Sunday. But even without that, at 2,500, that's quite cheap for a guy who's been, not a great hitter, but an above average one for several years now. He was not that early in the year with Cleveland, but since his trade to Atlanta, since coming off the injured list, he's been excellent. 320 with 5 homers and just 56 trips to the plate. He's also barreling the ball 13.3% of the time after doing that, just 4.6% of his plate appearances in Cleveland. And he's striking out way less, 10.7% strikeout rate, down from 18.5% for his career. So he's normally a low strikeout guy. Currently, he's a very low strikeout guy. He'll get the platoon advantage against Humberto Mejia, who only has 5 career starts and an ERA north of 5 in those starts. Just kind of below average all around and particularly bad at keeping the ball on the ground. Also has an ERA north of 5 in the minors this season. So pretty great situation for a guy who's been quite hot lately. And even, if he wasn't, he's not really a $2,500 level player. I think he'd, under normal circumstances, be somewhere in the mid 3s at least.